First, I want to thank you guys for being here. My name is Sean Williams. It's spelled S-H-E-A-N. Williams. I'm one of the partners at the Cochran Firm Cleveland office. I'm here with attorney Stanley Jackson. He is the managing attorney here at the Cochran Firm Cleveland office. I'm here with the parents of Medisa Sizemore. And these parents lost their 22-month-old child. And I'm here with William Sizemore and Dayu Bruce. We're here to announce that we have filed on behalf of this family a lawsuit against the Cuyahoga County Division of Children and Family Services and their employees for the wrongful and tragic death of Medisa Sizemore. That death was tragic for so many reasons and levels, but one of the reasons it was tragic is because her death violated the mission and vision statement of this department. And that statement says, to improve the lives of children as a result of our attention, care, and support. What we have learned in this case is the Cuyahoga County Children and Family Services did not improve the life of Medisa Sizemore, did not give her the attention and care that she deserved. And as a result, she is not here with her loving parents. I'm going to let Stanley Jackson talk about what happened that got us here and talk about the lawsuit that we have filed on behalf of this young girl.
Good morning. On May 15th of this year, Medisa Sizemore, against the objection of her family, father and mother, was taken into custody and placed into foster care. That very home is a home that foster home is a home that this family had filed charges against because she had been abused in that home before. They had offered other alternatives, such as the maternal grandmother and the maternal grandfather. They even offered the maternal great-grandmother. So there were other viable options for this young lady to go into a home temporarily while the issues were being sorted out. However, but that did not happen. This family was in fear that Medisa Sizemore was in danger, and unfortunately on June 16th, Medisa Sizemore, while unattended, choked on playing cards. She was discovered by another foster child who was 10 years old at the time, who called 911. When officers arrived to the foster home of Angela Owens, the house was in such a disarray and so filthy that they had to wear protective garments on their shoes to enter the home. As they entered the home, they realized that Medisa was in a home that was unfit to even have children. It wasn't until 24 hours later that this family was told that there may have been something that had happened with their child. It wasn't the foster mother, it wasn't the social worker, it wasn't the advisor to the social worker or the supervisor. None of those individuals contacted this family. It wasn't until this family came down to this institution and demanded answers. There were several phone calls the night before, there were several phone calls that morning, and not once did this institution notify them that their daughter had passed away. It wasn't until almost 24 hours later that they were told that their daughter had died, but they didn't know why. Although we find now at the time that they did know. It is also our understanding that this foster mother has not been charged, that an investigation has been completed. However, we haven't received that information. We also, through our investigation, understand that the foster mother has been awarded another child in her custody, an infant. We are concerned, and because of that, and because of the tragedy that this family has gone through, myself, Sean Williams, and the Cochran Firm Cleveland have filed a complaint this morning for negligence. We will continue to support this family. We will continue in our pursuit for justice for Mandisa Sizemore. We will make sure in our community that black babies aren't marginalized. They're not victimized. We want this community to understand that this family has rights, that families that look like them have rights, that our children, our black babies, are precious. And we will be vigilant, we will be relentless in pursuing this institution in this matter.
Mr. Sizemore, you want to say something for your family?
I just want to say that we really miss our daughter. We think about her every day. Every day is hard. It's not easy. I don't think it's going to be easy anytime soon. She was supposed to be a big sister, you know, supposed to be here with her family, supporting, like, you know, that was our first child, and she was just took away from us, and it's just not right. I don't want to see this happen to any other family anywhere, because it's a tragedy that no young parents should have to go through. No parents should have to bury their 22-month-old daughter. That's not how life's supposed to go. So every day is a fight with us, and I just ask that y'all keep us in y'all prayers. Thank you.
As Attorney Jackson said, we filed this lawsuit with a number of goals. One is to get full transparency for the Sizemore family on what happened to that beautiful little girl. As Attorney Jackson said, we have not been given everything about this tragedy, but the purpose of this litigation is to get that information throughout this lawsuit. Secondly, we want to make sure everybody involved is held accountable for the loss of this little girl. We want to make sure that we figure out what happened to make sure this doesn't happen to any other family again. This is exactly what the Sizemore family wants. And as Attorney Jackson said, the tragedy is that they still haven't learned. The foster parent, Angela Owens, still has another child been given to her. That is sad that after this little girl lost her life, this family lost their precious daughter, that we're still dealing with a foster parent and person who has another child. That shows you there's a systemic problem, a system failure regarding this department. And last, we want to get justice for this family. And we want to make sure that the legacy and life of Mandisa is not in vain, that her death is not in vain, and that her legacy goes on to make sure everybody knows that this family fought for her life. Thank you. We'll take a couple of brief questions, if anybody has any.
I have a few. First one is, are you guys filing a lawsuit against Angela Owens, the foster parent? Or is it... Sorry.
Yes, so we filed a lawsuit against this institution, against Angela Owens, against what's Abby's? Kimberly Addy, and Ashley Steele.
Next, unless anyone else has one, I'm sorry.
Yeah, who was doing the investigation? Was it the county? Was it the actual child services that you were saying that you haven't gotten the paperwork?
Okay, so there was one investigation, an internal investigation that was done here with the county. They have an internal investigation officer who does their investigation. That investigation, we believe, was conducted. We were involved. We shared information with them. They have not gotten back to us. Then there was a separate investigation, a criminal investigation, that was being done by the Cuyahoga County prosecutor and the Cleveland Police Department. That investigation has been completed, but there have been no charges against Angela Owens at the moment.
Can you talk a little bit about the effort to bring Mandisa's prior abuse to this institution in Angela's care? Can you talk like?
Yes, earlier this year, Mandisa Sizemore was with this foster mother, and she had had broken blood vessels and a busted lip when she was returned to her family. They took her to the hospital, had her checked out, and then reported it to this institution that she may have been abused. Unfortunately, what happened is they opened an investigation against this family. After they reported that there were potential abuse in the foster home, they opened an investigation against them. And they did not pursue the investigation against Angela Owens. So their concern was this time when they went through the system, they said, hey, we would like for her to stay with our parents, or maybe the great-grandmother who she's familiar with, or anyone other than Angela Owens, because they were afraid that the child was going to be abused again in that particular situation. Unfortunately, as we can see, it cost her her life.
What do you hope to come out of this lawsuit?
Sean.
Well, the first thing we want is change at this Department of Children and Family Services. We want change. We want to make sure, as Mr. Sizemore said, that this doesn't happen to another family. We want to make sure that Angela Owens doesn't get another child. Secondly, we want justice for their family. They lost the future of their family. They lost their love, their beautiful little girl. And as you can see, they miss her. And so that is the two ultimate goals, is to get justice for this family, to make sure this doesn't happen again. And whatever is going wrong at this Department of Children and Family Services, that it get corrected immediately.
Last question for mine. It's kind of a two-piecer. It's been and this is kind of for the family. I don't know if they want to talk, and if the mother wants to say anything, that would be great. It's been a few months since your daughter has passed. How are you guys coping?
It hasn't been easy, every day it's something different. Just take every day, day by day. We miss her very much. And, hopefully it doesn't happen again,
We want to thank you for your time today. We really appreciate it. If you have any further questions, y'all can contact us. Thank you.